Greetings, speed-loving friends! Welcome to a new video!
Today we will review the best qualifying runs of the 10-second motorcycles from the 16th edition of the Copa Carnival de Piques Cuarto de Milla Barranquilla 2023.
We begin with Guillermo Cepeda's Yamaha FZ1. Guillermo Cepeda on his Yamaha FZ1 sets a first record of 10.666 seconds.
Next up is Lennox Solano's Suzuki GSX-R1000. Lennox Solano on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 sets an ET of 10.505 seconds, giving him the provisional first position.
The next qualifier is the imposing Suzuki GSX-R1000RR Hayabusa of Juan Lamas. Juan Lamas on his Suzuki GSX-R1000RR Hayabusa takes the first position with a time of 10.122 seconds.
Now we have a showdown between Enrique Molina's Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R and Lennox Solano's Suzuki GSX-R1000.
Lennox Solano's. Lennox Solano's.
Enrique Molina on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R takes the lead with an ET of 10.107 seconds, while Lennox Solano on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 does not improve his previous record.
It's now Adrian Murcia's turn on his Honda CBR1000RR.
With a time of 10.512 seconds, Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR takes the fourth position.
Next up are Lennox Solano's Suzuki GSX-R1000 and Andres Camargo's new Suzuki GSX-R1000.
Andres Camargo on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 takes the third position in the standings with a time of 10.166 seconds, displacing Lennox Solano on his Suzuki GSX-R1000, who fails to improve his previous record.
The next showdown is between Ricardo Ramirez's powerful Kawasaki ZH2 and Enrique Molina's Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R.
Ricardo Ramirez on his Kawasaki ZH2 sets an incredible time of 10.095 seconds, taking the provisional lead in the standings, while Enrique Molina on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R drops out of the race.
Now we have a duel between Cesar Camacho's Suzuki GSX-R1000 and Adrian Murcia's Honda CBR1000RR. Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR does not improve his previous time, but comes very close, while Cesar Camacho on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 sets an ET of 10.370 seconds, earning him the 5th position on the leaderboard.
Next up, Guillermo Cepeda on his Yamaha FZ1 seeks to improve his time. Guillermo Cepeda in his Yamaha FZ1 improves his previous record by 85 milliseconds, marking an ET of 10.581 seconds, which is not enough to move up in the standings.
The turn now is again for Lennox Solano on his Suzuki GSX-R1000. Lennox Solano on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 improves his previous record by 62 milliseconds, marking an ET of 10.443 seconds, but remains in 6th place.
Next up are Cesar Camacho on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 versus Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR.
Incredibly, the sum of both bikes' RT and ET results in exactly the same time, resulting in a tie. However, in qualifying, the most important factor is the marked ET time. Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR doesn't improve his previous record, while Cesar Camacho on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 marks an ET of 10.093 seconds, taking the top spot by just 2 milliseconds over Ricardo Ramirez's Kawasaki ZH2.
Next up, Enrique Molina on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R makes a new pass. Jorge Molina on his Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R moves up to first place, marking an ET of 10.078 seconds, only 15 milliseconds faster than the second place finisher.
The turn now is again for Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR. Adrian Murcia on his Honda CBR1000RR improves his previous time by 87 milliseconds, setting an ET of 10.425 seconds, moving up one position to 6th place in the standings.
Next, the Kawasaki ZH2 of Ricardo Ramirez makes a new pass in search of the lead.
Barranquilla, especialistas en mantenimiento preventivo y
With a time of 10.091 seconds, Ricardo Ramirez on his Kawasaki ZH2 moves up to second place, displacing Cesar Camacho Suzuki by just 2 milliseconds, but he remains only 13 milliseconds away from the top.
The next to qualify is Juan Lemus on his Suzuki GSX-R1000RR Hayabusa.
Juan Lemus on his Suzuki Hayabusa sets an ET of 10.048 seconds, taking the first position by a difference of 30 milliseconds over his closest follower.
Next, Andres Camargo on his Suzuki GSX-R1000 closes the qualifications.
Andres Camargo's Suzuki GSX-R1000 sets an ET of 10.039 seconds, taking the first position by just 9 milliseconds over his closest pursuer.
Thus, the qualifying rounds of this category come to an end, with incredible parity, from first to fifth place all within the same 10, close to the 9-second mark.
In an upcoming video, all these motorcycles will compete against each other for the championship trophy. Subscribe so you don't miss it.